So this is called Graham Funk Railroad, and it's obviously a homage to the great Larry Graham, the inventor of the slap and plop. Sorry, let's start over. Fuck. We got this though, dude. I laid it down. All right. So this is called Graham Funk Railroad, and it's obviously a nod to the great Larry Graham. That's the inventor of the slap and pop technique. And what we have here is a groove that's an A, and then it goes to D eventually. And what's interesting and maybe challenging about this is the rhythm slightly changes as the groove goes through. So here's what it sounds like. Here's the first part. So here's really slow. It starts with a... So basically, we're dealing mostly with octaves and different accents. And so right before we go to D, there's a figure that I basically borrowed from Larry to put in here because it's one of his things. So here's what that sounds like. So that 1, 2, 3. So like 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it starts on beat 3. 1, 2. So the other thing that happens in these bass lines is the slide. There's a slide into the note, which gives the line propulsion. So here's how that sounds like. So one slide, and that's the second slide. And it's the second one that gets really tricky. Like even playing it a bunch of times, that's the one that is probably gonna throw you for a loop when you're working on it. So here's the whole sequence going from A to D. So here's what it sounds like. So also there's that little accent where it happens when we're in A. So we're just playing, it's the minor third. So in this case, we're dealing with C to C sharp. And then when we're in D, we're going from F to F sharp. So the where that occurs in the line, and then so that's really the main component of these lines. You have that, and you have like the slide parts. So put it together, this is what it sounds like. The other thing is Larry does this thing where he'll like kind of swoop into the octaves. So it's kind of so that's like a supplemental thing you might want to keep in mind also. But yeah, this is a bass line that I sort of adapted from one of his old recordings off a record called "Turn It Out." That's the song, and it's one of the best examples of his playing that I can think of.